tips and tricks to make sure you avoid the chances of your visa getting cancelled on arrival. Yes, that happens. Any issues with the custom officer? One, have you finally gone through your visa application process? Your visa has been approved and you are well on your way to relocating to Australia. You are well on your way to traveling to Australia, either for your study or just to migrate for work or whatever the purpose might be, or you are coming on a visitor's visa. It does not matter. You need to pass through immigration and customs when you land here in Australia. And I'll be telling you about tips and tricks to make sure you avoid any issues with the custom officer. One, to avoid the chances of your visa getting cancelled on arrival. Yes, that happens if you do not follow the rules and regulations that I'll be talking about in this video. So let's get right into it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lola Lolita. If you are seeing baby girl for the very first time, welcome and welcome back. Today I will be talking about um, immigration, border control, or customs when you land into Australia, coming through customs, and the rules and regulations, things you need to follow. So, okay, when you're on your flight to Australia, on that last leg of flight, you've had multiple stopovers, you're on that flight that is bringing you to whether it's Sydney or Melbourne or any of the other cities in Australia, you would be given something called incoming passenger arrival card. You'll be given a card called incoming passenger arrival card. And on that card, you need to fill in your name, your details, phone number, prospective address of where you are going. And I believe for address, if you are not sure where, you can put the address of your university if you've not secured accommodation. So they are going to ask for all of those details. There's a part on the card that is going to ask about like things you are bringing in, things you need to declare. So on your card, there are things you need to, on that card, it's going to ask you for certain things you're bringing in, whether you're bringing in dairy products, grains, and all of those items. So the rule is, even on the card, it clearly states there if you are not sure whether you need to declare that item or not declare that item. And when we say declare the item, that means you are letting the Australian border control, the border force know, okay, yes, I have some certain items that maybe are not allowed into Australia or are allowed. I would say the first thing to do is go onto the Border Force website. I will link that in the description box, okay? And check some of the things you are allowed to bring in and not bring in. If there are things you are not allowed to bring in, just don't bother bringing them in, because I'll talk about why later on in the video, so keep watching. So you fill that card. So the best thing is, if maybe you have a grain item that you didn't see on the website when you checked, just tick yes. Always tick yes. So the rule is, it's better to tick yes and say yes, I have this item, and that means they would most likely open your box and go through it. And if it is something you are not allowed to bring in, they'll explain to you why, and they will chuck it in your presence. They're going to throw it away. They don't keep it. They throw it in the bin because it's not allowed in Australia. And that is just to ensure that we protect the Australian community from, because it's an, like, Australia is very far away. It's very uh, so they're trying to protect it and make sure that things that could cause issues or food that would have effect on the environment down the line are avoided. Hence why they do not allow you to bring certain things in. You can definitely find out more on the Border Force website. So it's better to declare. So if you are unsure for any reason, if you have a product or an item, no matter how small, and it's like, I can't decide whether I'm allowed to bring this in or not, it is better safe than sorry. It is better safe than sorry. There are situations where people are actually getting deported back to their country because they brought in something they should not bring in, and you do not want you do not want that for yourself. Okay, yes, that might be extreme, but that happens sometimes. So if they do not send you back, they will definitely fine you. So if you bring an item, let's say you bring I'm just going to use an example. You bring rice with you, and for example, rice is not allowed, and you do not declare it because they put grain on that card, and you do not declare, oh, I have grain items. Then what's going to happen is they will check it, they'll probably chalk it, and then they will fine you for bringing in something and not declaring it. So if you declare these items on the card, the passenger, let me check the name again. If you declare these items on the passenger arrival card, incoming passenger arrival card, so the worst that would happen is because you've declared it, you've truthfully said, oh, I have this item with me, they will just chuck it or throw it in the bin in your presence, and that's it. They would not find you. But if you do lie on that card and say, no, I do not have it, don't think you're going to get away with it. If you say, no, I don't have it, when they check your bag and they see that item inside, they would fine you, they will throw it away, they will fine you, and they might deport you if it's extreme. Okay, so to avoid any of that, make sure you do not bring any of these items. So some of these items are like grains, dairy products, and even your medication. So if you have personal medication on you, you need to declare it. So you need to tick yes on that box, uh, saying yes, I have medication. Usually they'll just ask you if you tick the medication, they would ask you, is it personal medication? If you say yes, it's not a problem. So better safe than sorry. Make sure you declare this thing. Another tip, one tip I can give you that might help you with your packing when you're packing your stuff. So the rule is to ensure that all your items are commercially packed. And what do I mean by commercially packed? Ensure it has the nutritional information, expiry date, the ingredients, and all of that on it. So you need to find a way to commercially pack your products if you're trying to bring them into Australia. That's the new rule now. So if it is not commercially packed, it is not going through. I mentioned earlier that I'll tell you why you shouldn't bring some of these things in, and I already said it, because they would be thrown away, you'll be fined. It just feels like an overall waste of money. So, all in all, make sure let's do a quick recap. Make sure you go on the IMI, on the Border Force website, check what are the things that you are not allowed to bring into Australia, and try to pack your stuff, your food items. You can bring your cloth in. It's majorly things that have to do with food. So fruits are definitely not allowed. Fruits, dairy products, medication. So also, if you buy things on duty free, you need to declare those items depending on what it is. So you need to, I believe that is one of the questions on the um, passenger information card. Okay, so you need to declare custom free, duty free items, the things you buy when you're in transit. Yeah, just to avoid any issues, because you've been on that journey for a few months or years perhaps, where you've been trying to come into Australia. You don't want to get into that situation where you finally get in here, and not to scare anybody, and you are having issues at immigration because of the way you've packed your food or some of the items you've packed. Of course, bring things with you, but if you can find a way to ensure it is commercially packed stuff that you bring with you, which I've explained earlier, then go for that. That saves you the stress and the hassle, no issue at all. That just means if they open your box and you've declared these items, if they're allowed, they will let you take it in. If it's not allowed, the chances are they will not let you take it in. So when I say commercially packed, so the good thing between commercially packed versus not commercially packed. So you see, usually back when I used to travel, earlier when I traveled, you just put items in Ziploc bags and close it, right? So those are definitely not allowed anymore. That is not commercially packed. You now write like gari or rice on it. That is not allowed anymore. So it needs to be, see the way, if you're Nigerian, Goldimon. That's the example I can think of now. The way Goldimon or is packed with all of the information on it, that is what they want. It's packed from the factory already. You didn't tamper with it or anything. So that is another thing you need to check. Another thing I would say is another tip I would give you. I'm not saying don't help people, but by chance you have family in Australia and they're asking you to bring certain things for them, or friends that have come in before you and they want you to bring things for them. It is better safe than sorry not to help anybody bring stuff, especially if you're coming from Nigeria, because uh, you don't know, except you pack those things yourself. If they're packing it, you need to ensure you open them and check what is inside out, because people might you might end up getting in trouble for packing things, maybe they've put drugs or whatever it is. I'm just saying these things happen. Just be safe and think about it before you help someone carry their load. So those are some of the tips I have for you today, and I hope you found this helpful. I'm not saying don't help people, don't get me wrong, but just know the level of your help, the level of help you are rendering. You are coming in yourself, you probably have a lot of load, so it will be considerate of people that are asking you to bring stuff, not to send you to bring every stuff for them, just to be safe than sorry. I need to, if they've packed the stuff before sending it to you wherever you're coming from, make sure you open it and go through it, because the immigration, the border control are not concerned. They might not believe you when you say, oh, my friend asked me to bring this, or this person asked me to bring this. That is not their business. The point is, you brought that thing into the country of your own free will. So you are going to be responsible for whatever the consequences are. So please try to avoid any issues at all. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. As I always say, do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Like this video so it reaches more people. Subscribe so you join the family and you're getting notified when I upload new videos. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know if there are any more tips. If you've recently traveled, leave them in the comment section for people to learn, interact with me. Okay, I'd love to hear from you all. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you all in my next video. Okay, bye.